Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Love is a funny thing. It's sneaky, it's quiet, and sometimes it comes right up on you without you even knowing it. And the wildest part, sometimes you don't even realize that you've stolen somebody's heart. You're just being yourself, living your life, and meanwhile, this person is sitting over there thinking you're the best thing God ever put on this earth. That's how it happens. You don't plan it, you don't chase it, you don't rehearse it. And tonight, I want to walk you through some of the sweetest little signs that you may have captured someone's heart without even realizing it. Do you ever notice how somebody can give themselves away without saying a single word? I mean, you don't need no flowers, no fancy speech, no long declaration, just one look. That's it. That's the first giveaway right there. When a person has fallen for you, they got this look, this stare, this way of watching you like they've just discovered the most amazing thing in the world. And here's the funny part. You don't even notice it half the time because you just being you. You eating your fries, you telling a story, you adjusting your jacket, and when you glance up, they just locked in. Their eyes are speaking before their lips ever do. And that's how you know their heart is already gone. They can't help it, can't hide it, can't stop it. See, love has this funny way of creeping out in the small things. People think it's the big gestures, the flowers, the poems, the over-the-top surprises. But truth is, it's that one look across the room that gives everything away. You ever been in a crowded space, music playing, everybody talking, and still you catch somebody just staring at you like the whole world froze except for you? That ain't just a stare. That's somebody silently saying, you the one for me. You've stolen their heart without even knowing it. And let me tell you, when somebody looks at you that way, it ain't about how perfect you are. It's about how you make them feel. You don't have to be dressed up. You don't have to be performing. You don't even have to be at your best. Matter of fact, a lot of times that look shows up when you at your most natural. You in sweats, hair a little messy, laughing too loud, not even thinking about how you look. And right in that moment, they staring at you like you the most beautiful, most valuable thing they've ever seen. That's love in its rawest form. Silent but loud at the same time. Now here's where it gets funny. You don't even know the effect you're having. You just going about your business, chewing your food, scrolling through your phone, talking about your day. Meanwhile, this person is sitting there staring at you like they just found treasure. That's what it is. You're somebody's hidden treasure, and the look on their face is proof. You've stolen their heart without a plan, without intention, and they're just sitting there hoping you don't notice how obvious it is. See, when people are in love, their eyes give them away every time. Words can lie. Actions can sometimes be faked. But that look is pure truth. You can't fake the softness in somebody's eyes when they're watching you. You can't fake the smile that creeps up when they don't even realize they're smiling. You can't fake the glow that happens when your presence alone makes their whole spirit light up. And when you catch it, when you see it just for a second, it'll stop you in your tracks. You'll know deep down, this person's heart belongs to me, and I didn't even ask for it. Think about it. How many times have you been around someone who never actually told you how they felt, but you could feel it every time they looked your way? You didn't need the words because the eyes said it all. The eyes will always sneak before the mouth does. That's how love sneaks up on you. That's how you find out you've stolen somebody's heart. You thought you were just being normal, but they thought you were being magical. You thought you were just laughing, but they thought your laughter was the best sound in the world. You thought you were just sitting there, but they thought you were the reason their world suddenly got brighter. And let me tell you something. When somebody looks at you that way, it changes things. You can ignore it. You can pretend you didn't see it. But once you catch it, you'll never forget it. That look will stay with you. It's sweeter than any love letter, stronger than any gift, deeper than any words, because it's real, it's raw, and it's coming straight from the heart. That's the power of love. Silent, simple, and yet louder than anything else in the world. You ever notice how when somebody really cares about you, they don't just remember the big things, they remember the smallest little details you didn't even think mattered. That's how you know you've stolen somebody's heart. Because when somebody's heart belongs to you, their mind becomes like a vault full of your words, your likes, your dislikes, your quirks. And what's wild is they'll bring it up later in ways that shock you because you didn't even realize they were paying that much attention. Think about it. You're sitting there months ago telling a story in passing, maybe talking about how your mama used to make a certain meal, or how you always get cold in movie theaters, or how you don't like the sound of thunder at night. You don't even think twice about it because you're just talking. But then out of nowhere, one day they show up with your favorite comfort food, or they bring an extra jacket when y'all go to the movies, or they check on you when a storm hits just to make sure you're all right. And you sitting there thinking, wait a minute, how did they even remember that? That right there is proof. That's not coincidence. That's love paying attention. See, when somebody's heart is connected to you, they store up the details that the average person would throw away. Most folks hear you talk, and half of what you said is gone before you finish your sentence. But the one who's fallen for you, they're like a sponge. Every little thing you say gets soaked up, held on to, saved for later, and when they repeat it back in action, that's when you know their heart has been stolen and you're the thief. Let me give you an example. Say you casually mention that you love a certain candy. Maybe it's peanut butter cups or a certain brand of chips. Months later, y'all at the store, and without you even asking, they just drop it in the cart. They don't even say anything. They just know that'll make you smile. Now, you might laugh and say, you didn't have to do that, but deep down, you feel it. You feel seen, because it means they've been paying attention to you in a way most people never do. Or maybe you said one time that you get nervous before a big meeting, and then on that morning, you look down at your phone and there's a message that says, you got this, don't worry. That's somebody remembering, caring, investing their energy into making sure you feel supported. That's somebody whose heart you already hold. Here's the part that makes it so sweet. They don't even brag about it. They don't sit there saying, see, I remember what you said. No, it just comes naturally, because love don't have to announce itself. Love just shows up. And when it shows up in the form of remembering little things about you, it's one of the most tender, most powerful signs there is. And let me be real with you. Sometimes you don't notice it right away. You think, oh, that's just nice, or that's just thoughtful. But when it keeps happening, when they keep pulling out things you said weeks or months ago, when they keep surprising you with the fact that nothing about you slips through the cracks with them, that's when it hits you. You didn't even mean to, but you've captured their whole heart. That's why I say love ain't about the grand gestures all the time. Anybody can buy flowers on Valentine's Day. Anybody can write something sweet in a birthday card. But remembering the way you take your coffee, remembering the story you told about your childhood, remembering the song that makes you happy on a bad day, that's rare. That's special. That's somebody who don't just hear you, they listen to you. And let me tell you, listening is love in its purest form. So next time somebody remembers something small about you, something you didn't think twice about, don't take it lightly. That's not just thoughtfulness. That's not just good memory. That's the sound of somebody's heart speaking without words. That's the quiet confession that you matter to them more than you know. And that's how you find out, without even realizing it, you've stolen somebody's heart and locked it inside your world. You know how you can really tell when somebody has feelings for you? It's when they start caring about the little details of your life, especially your safety and your well-being. See, most people don't go out of their way to check on you. Most folks are caught up in their own world, their own schedule, their own problems. But when someone's heart belongs to you, you suddenly become part of their priority list. They can't relax until they know you're good. That's why you'll get those texts like, did you make it home safe? Or did you eat today? Or how you feeling? And sometimes it feels small, but trust me, it's huge. That's love talking, even if they don't come right out and say it. Think about it. You leave a gathering, and before you even get home, your phone buzzes. Text me when you get there. Now, everybody in that room saw you leave, but only one person cares enough to make sure you arrive safely. That ain't just politeness. That's somebody whose heart is invested in you. You've stolen their heart without knowing it, and now your well-being is directly tied to their peace of mind. They can't sleep, can't rest, can't get comfortable until they know you're okay. Or maybe it's food. You off living your day, not even thinking about eating, but they'll hit you with, you had lunch yet? Now you might laugh and say, I'm grown, I can feed myself. But the truth is, it feels good to know somebody's paying attention. Because underneath that question is a deeper statement. I want you to be strong. I want you to be healthy. I want you to take care of yourself. That's love in its purest, most practical form. It's not about grand gestures. It's about making sure you're good. And here's the part that gets you. They don't even realize they're doing it half the time. It's instinct. It's automatic. They're not asking if you're safe because they're bored. They're asking because they can't help it. Your well-being matters to them like their own does. That's when you know you got somebody who truly cares. See, love shows itself in concern. People think love is just about romance, passion, butterflies in your stomach. And yeah, that's part of it. But the deeper love, the one that lasts, that comes through in responsibility. It comes through in that person saying, I want to look out for you. They don't have to be your parent, your sibling, your boss, none of that. They're just somebody whose heart has been touched by you. And because of that, your safety is their priority. And sometimes it's not even about the big worries. It's the tiny check-ins that hit the hardest. You might get a call out the blue. I just wanted to hear your voice. Or, you sounded a little tired earlier. You okay now? You didn't even notice you sounded tired, but they did. That's because when somebody loves you, they pick up on things you don't even pick up on yourself. They hear your sighs. They see your silences. They notice your energy shift. And instead of ignoring it, they lean in, they ask, they care. That's when you know you touch somebody's heart on a deep level. Now here's the kicker. You can't fake that kind of concern. People can fake compliments, people can fake interest, people can even fake attraction. But you can't fake consistency. You can't fake being the one who always checks in, who always makes sure someone's okay. That only comes from real connection, from real feelings. And when someone keeps showing up like that, day after day, little message after little message, you better believe it. You've already stolen their heart. And don't underestimate how powerful those small acts are. You might think, oh, it's just a text, or it's just a quick call. But no, it's not just that. It's somebody saying, I care enough to pause my world for a second to think about you. That's a gift. That's love wrapped up in simple words. Because when somebody's heart is yours, they'll never let a day go by without making sure you're good. And sometimes that's worth more than any gift, any trip, or any fancy dinner. That's the kind of love that speaks louder than words ever could. One of the sweetest ways you can tell you've stolen somebody's heart without even realizing it is by the way they talk about you when you're not there. See, when people are proud of you, when they admire you, when their heart belongs to you, they can't help but let your name slip into conversations. It ain't forced, it ain't rehearsed, it just comes out naturally. You'll hear from other people, oh, they were just talking about you the other day, or man, they bring you up all the time. And that's when you know your name is living rent-free in their mouth because you're living rent-free in their heart. You don't even have to do anything big for this to happen. You could have told a funny story, accomplished something small, or even just said something wise, and they'll take that and run with it. Next thing you know, they're retelling your joke to their friends, quoting your advice, or bragging about something you achieved. They're your biggest cheerleader, and half the time you don't even realize it because you're not there to hear it. But trust me, the people around them hear it loud and clear. And the crazy part is they don't brag because they're trying to impress people. They brag because they can't contain how much they value you. It's like they're proud just to know you, proud to be connected to you. When somebody has fallen for you, your success feels like their success. Your wins feel like their wins. They start celebrating you in rooms you haven't even walked into yet. That's powerful. That's when you know you've stolen someone's heart. Think about it. Imagine you're at a family barbecue and one of their cousins pulls you aside and says, we've heard so much about you. Or you meet their coworker and they already know your favorite food, your hobbies, even the way you laugh because this person has been talking about you nonstop. You didn't even know you were the topic, but you were. That's love spilling over into conversation. And let me tell you, it's not just the good things you've done, it's the little things too. Maybe you're funny without trying. Maybe you got away with words. Maybe you just smile in a way that lights up a room. Whatever it is, they're going to brag about it. They're going to tell people, you should have seen the way they handle that. Or, man, nobody makes me laugh like they do. And they mean it, every single word. What makes this sign so special is that it's unselfish. They're not bragging to make themselves look better. They're bragging because you make their world better. It's like having front row seats to a show and wanting everybody to know how good it is. When you've stolen someone's heart, they want to share the joy of knowing you with the people around them. And here's the thing, you'll probably be the last to find out. They're not going to sit you down and say, oh, brag about you all the time. No, it'll come back to you through whispers, through friends, through family. And when you hear it, it'll hit you different because it means their admiration for you runs deep enough that they can't keep it to themselves. The truth is, when somebody's in love with you, your name becomes their favorite word. They don't get tired of saying it. They don't get tired of telling your stories. They don't get tired of lifting you up in front of others. And when you got somebody who brags about you like that, you don't have to question how they feel, because people don't celebrate what they don't value. They don't brag about what they don't admire. They only put on display what's close to their heart. And if you're the one being bragged about, baby, you already know you've stolen their heart without even realizing it. You ever notice how with some people, you don't even have to be doing anything special, and they're still happy just being around you? That's one of the clearest signs you've stolen somebody's heart. See, when somebody is really into you, it ain't about constant entertainment. It ain't about filling every second with conversation. Sometimes it's just about being in the same space, breathing the same air, existing side by side. That silence that might feel awkward with other people suddenly feels peaceful with them. That's how you know their heart is already yours. Think about it. You sitting on a couch, maybe scrolling through your phone, maybe reading, maybe half asleep, and they're right there next to you, perfectly content. They don't need to be talking. They don't need a movie playing. They don't need music in the background. Just your presence alone is enough to calm them, to center them, to make their day better. That's love in its most quiet form. And here's the thing, it ain't boring for them. Some folks think silence means something's wrong or that there's nothing to say. But when somebody's falling for you, silence is golden. Silence is comfort. Silence is safety. It's like their spirit is saying, I don't have to perform for you. I don't have to pretend. Just being near you is everything I need. And when you've got that with somebody, it's rare, because most people don't ever get to experience that kind of peace with another person. It's in the little moments too. Riding in the car without much conversation, walking side by side without words, sitting at a cafe just sipping coffee. To anybody else, it might look like nothing, but to them, it's everything. Because your company's the gift, not the activity. That's when you know you didn't just catch their attention, you captured their whole heart. When someone loves being around you in silence, it means you make their world lighter, calmer, more whole. It means your energy alone is enough. And when you've got that kind of connection, when your presence speaks louder than words, you can be sure of one thing. You've stolen their heart without even knowing it. One of the surest ways to know you've stolen somebody's heart without even realizing it is when they start making little sacrifices for you and they don't even complain about it. See, love ain't just in the sweet words and the pretty gestures. Love shows up in action. And when somebody starts rearranging their life just to make sure you're good, that's when you know you mean more to them than you ever imagined. Think about it. They'll cancel plans just to spend time with you and act like it's no big deal. They'll drive across town in traffic just to see you for an hour and never mention how much trouble it took. They'll wake up earlier than usual to help you with something and make it look effortless. That's not convenience, that's commitment. That's somebody saying, your happiness is worth my effort. And the sweetest part is, they don't even frame it as a sacrifice. They do it naturally. Because when their heart belongs to you, putting you first feels like the most natural thing in the world. It's in the small gestures too. like sharing the last bite of something they really wanted, or giving you the better seat, or letting you pick the show even when they had something else in mind. You might think it's small, but trust me, it ain't small. Every little decision to put you first is a declaration of love. It's a quiet way of saying, I'd rather see you happy than keep this for myself. And here's what makes it so powerful. They're not keeping score. They're not waiting for you to notice. They're not holding it over your head. They just do it because their joy comes from seeing you smile. That's love in action. That's sacrifice without a spotlight. That's the kind of care that can't be faked. When someone starts adjusting their world just to fit you in, when they start giving up little things without ever making you feel guilty about it, that's when you know their heart is already in your hands. And the truth is, you didn't even ask for it. You didn't demand it. You were just being yourself, and somehow, without knowing it, you became the reason they were willing to give more, do more, and love more.